Hey YouTube, Jake Blake here. I got another fun deck profile to show you guys. This one's going to be on my Gishki deck. I built this deck because I really like the Gishki archetype. I like rituals. I like just the combos that they can use. So without further ado, I'll get right back into the deck profile. First, we have 3 Gishki Zeal Gigas or Gigas or however you want to say it. Basically, he's the boss monster of the deck. What he does is he can pay 1,000 life points, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Gishki monster, you can shuffle 1 card back to their from their field to their deck. So he's really good for he can actually recycle your cards too, but usually you want to go like recycle their back row back into their deck, or just get rid of their field and make pushes for game. He's got 3,200 attack, so he's a really good beater. Also, then we run 3 Gishki Abyss. He's your searcher of the deck. He gets all your Gishki monsters to your hand, and he's really good for setting up plays. He also works good in tandem with Spiritual Water Art because you can summon him, get a search, then ritual summon a monster, put Kaiser Coliseum up on the field. Next turn they draw, activate Spiritual Water Art, tribute him. You have 1 monster on the field, so they can't push for game with all kinds of monsters. They can't swarm. And then also you get to pick a card from their hand and discard it. So he's really good. Then we have 3 Gishki Shadow. He also searches your ritual spell cards. He can also be used as the entire tribute. He's really good. Yeah. Then I notice that when I play this deck a lot, sometimes you don't always get the correct hand that you want, and sometimes you need more time. So I decided to put 3 Ice Hands in, just because he can stall, he can pop monsters, and his brother Ice Hand can pop back row. And back row, speaking of his brother, we have 2 Ice Hand. He gets rid of back row problems. Normally, if you can clear your opponent's back row, you can make really good pushes, and so I usually run these guys so that way I can do that. There was another reason why I ran them. Like I said, it buys you time. It gets rid of their vanities, emptinesses, and it's just really good for stalling. Then we run 2 Gishki Beast. He's like the wolf bark of the deck. He special summons one of your Gishki monsters from your graveyard, goes into instant rank 4s, etc. Then we run 2 Gishki Vision. His effect is you can discard him to search for a Gishki ritual, so he's good for setting up plays. Then we run 1 Summoner Monk. I like Summoner Monk because if you discard the ritual spell card, you don't really care because you can just recycle it back into the deck. But a combo that I like to do with him is I can summon him, switch him to defense, discard an Aqua Mirror, and then you can get this guy. His name is Gishki Marker. And actually, when he's summoned, you can add that spell card back to your hand. So you basically just summon him and special summon him. I mean, there's really no cost to it. So yeah, Summoner Monk, then 1 Gishki Marker. Like I said, he gets a ritual spell card from your graveyard and adds it back to your hand. 1 Gishki Advance, because he lets you stack your deck. He lets you put Wolf Barks back onto your deck, and he can set you up for plays that you want to make next turn. 1 Ariel, she's a searcher. You can set her in defense. When she's flipped, you can add any Gishki monster to your hand. So she's really good. She's a good, play setter upper. Haha. And then we run 1 Deep Sea Diva because sometimes you want to get. I usually grab my Gishki Visions. You can go into Gachis, make Gigas even stronger, or you can go. You can synchro into a level 4 if you want. And also, he counts as the full tribute, so that's a free ritual. Yep, and then for the rest of the ritual monsters, we run 1 Gishki Tetrogre. It's fun to like summon him, and basically his effect is I can make both players mill a spell, trap, or monster. And if they don't want to do that, they can discard 1 card from the hand. So it's fun to really make them discard 1 card from the hand or mill a spell. So I've seen people get rid of their Rhodas and just a bunch of really important spell cards because they have to, because they have no cards in their hand that they want to discard. So he's really good. And then I run unfortunately one Gishki Gust Kraken. If he's summoned, you can shuffle. You can look at 2 cards in your opponent's hand, shuffle 1 back into the deck, and you already know what the other one is. So he's good. And then onto the traps, we run 2 Spiritual Art because it's good for looking at your opponent's hand again, and just discarding cards that they might need. It's come in handy a lot. It's awesome. Like I said, in combo with Kaiser Coliseum, because you can just summon 2 monsters. They're like, oh yeah, sweet. Next turn I'll be able to summon 2 monsters, and then you just activate this, and you have 1 monster on the field, and they can't do anything on a 3,200 beater. So then we run 2 Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain is good. It's one of my favorite traps. Stops attacks, stops monster effects. Pretty self-explanatory. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and then 1 Compulse. Onto the spells, we run triple Gishki Aquamirror. Aquamirror is your main ritual spell card. For those of you that don't know what it does, you can activate this card, ritual summon a monster, and when you have a ritual monster in the graveyard and this card, you can actually shuffle this back into the deck and add your ritual monster back into from your graveyard to your hand. So it really sets up plays. Overall, good card. 2 Kaiser Coliseum. They can't control more monsters than you unless you don't have a monster. It's really good, really stun based. Double MST. Only double MST just because you run the ice hands, so you don't really need too much back row hate. Although you do sometimes want to side the 3rd in just in case they run a lot of back row, just because you want to make sure you can make those big pushes without any cost. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Salvage, because this sets up really good plays when you've already discarded your Visions and your what's the other guy? Your other Gishki that you discard. You can just add them back to your hand and start the plays all over again. And then 1 Lance just for the random back row that would stop you. I'm not really going to get into the extra deck or the side deck. I really haven't made it. This is just a fun deck that I just wanted to show you guys. But I really encourage you guys to really just kind of try it out, see what you like about it. Are there any plays that you found out that you made that you want to tell me? Any tech cards that you might want to recommend? Just let me know. And yeah, if you like this, guys, make sure you help a brother out and like it up. So yeah, Jake Blake out.